Welcome to the VIP MasterClass series. I'm Josh Wright, and today's episode is dedicated to Taylor, and she says the following. For my video, I'd like to hear your thoughts on tackling unfamiliar styles of music, in particular French Impressionistic or 20th century modern music. I've had tons of exposure to classical and romantic music, so I feel confident when approaching one of those compositions. But sometimes pieces like Jadot make me feel like my hands have totally forgotten how to play. And if any of you want to look up Jadot, it's spelled J-E-U-X space D''E-A-U, and that's by Ravel, R-A-V-E-L. Normal arpeggios, she says, major or minor, don't ever seem to be a problem, but some of the weird shaped arpeggios that come up or weird chord progressions that kind of push the boundaries of a single tonality make the music harder to approach, both physically, mechanically, as well as emotionally and musically. The challenge is compounded with stuff that strays further from traditional tonality. So how do you learn how to organize unfamiliar styles of music so that it can be executed technically and expressed intelligently and emotionally? So that's a really loaded question. I won't be able to obviously address all composers in those eras. I will address Ravel, and then I'll maybe do an example by Debussy, and then I'll do the prelude from Suite Bergamasque. Since everyone seems to play Clair de Lune and I have a pro practice on that, I'm not going to go into that today. And then I'll do an example from Prokofiev Opus 12, the prelude from that, and then I will also pull out some Samuel Barber from his sonata, and I'll show you a couple things that you can do there too. So this is going to be a lot to cram into a short video, so I want to just get right to the things that Taylor was talking about. Some of these first arpeggios are not hard. But stuff like this, that can be a little daunting. It's been a while since I played this. So my first piece of advice, Taylor, is to do a lot of listening first and foremost, because that, when it gets into your ear, it will really start to help you remember things, and it will help you gain a familiarity with the music that you can't just get only by practicing. Sometimes stepping away from it and listening is one of the most crucial pieces of the puzzle when we're trying to learn more difficult repertoire than we're used to. Let's go through this one. One of the big things that you need to realize is when you're doing kind of more weird shaped arpeggios, the wrist has to be absolutely loose. So here, a lot of people say, ooh, that's so uncomfortable. And they distort their wrist, and what that's going to do, and next week's video is going to be for Ari, and we're going to just compound a bunch of different wrist loosening exercises, so you guys can look forward to that. And Taylor, it will also help you with this stuff, but let's just hit one of them right now. When you're going in, you know, up, down, I'll rotate up, and I'll try to stay, okay, that's one position, and then I'm gonna cross, and here's one position, and this is kind of one position, and then cross. Now, once you've kind of got your positions down, what you can do is two different things. First of all, I was going over this with one of the VIP members in a private lesson last week. He was struggling with some of his scales, and we talked about this erasing the beat exercise. It kind of is like the collapsing beat exercise I posted on VIP one of the very first weeks, but basically what you do is you go, and then a little bit less of a beat, and now no beat. That's one way to get it. The other way, after you've kind of got the basic positions, is to try to get out of any position. So what I mean by that is to go, the hand just kind of stays straight onto the keys the whole time. I'm not saying lock the hand like this. I'm saying, like, if you need to rotate here, the hand's straight on. If you need to rotate a little to get to there, hand straight on. You don't need to rotate at all to get there. Okay, and then my hand as I come down, it's going to rotate slightly, but then it'll stay kind of straight on there. And here, see how my hand is still kind of straight on? I'm not going sideways like that. So don't do this. And that's what I see most often with students is they do stuff like that. They go versus. One other piece of small advice for you, Taylor, is thank you so much for watching. I've listed 2 links in the description below. One of them is to download this full video that you've just watched the sample for. The other is to view the entire library of VIP MasterClass series videos. I hope you've enjoyed this. Have a great week. Good luck in your practice sessions.